Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. Tonight we are in beautiful St. Louis Park on a Friday night, bringing you Metro West Conference girls basketball. Tonight, the #1 rated 4A team in girls basketball in the state is in the arena. Chaska Hawks, 20-1. That is not an accident. That team is that good. They're taking on the St. Louis Park Orioles, 7-12. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports. We've got 3 cameras to bring you all the live action, and it promises to be a good one. Despite the unbalanced records, I look for St. Louis Park to come out, play them tough. They're without their star player, Chantel Harden, who averages 24.7 points a game. She got hurt in December. We were actually here for it. She's still on the bench with a knee brace, so they will miss those points to go against the #1 rated Chaska Hawks, and they are led by their star player, Kennedy Sanders. She is number 2, not number 22 at the center. That is Ella Keenan, and she'll go against Jordan McMahon, number 4. And we're underway. Ball in the possession of St. Louis Park. That's number 24, Stacy Spates. Her first shot just short off the rim, and on the rebound, out of bounds. So possession to Chaska just underway here. That's our baseline camera. Robert's on that. We also have Maddie, Kurt, Paul, and Cameron in the truck. Again, glad you're with us tonight on ParkTV 16 Sports as we approach the later stages of the season, and that is a pass down low to number 22, Ella Keenan. She put a move on from the low box and a turnover. Here's that replay. And they waved it off. No foul there, so I'm not sure what I could see was the violation. I didn't see a travel there, but nevertheless, a turnover early for the Hawks and an opportunity for the Orioles. Now to the right side, that's number 32, Macy Alexander. Jordan McMahon, she's tough. She draws the foul on Keenan, and that is going to be a big part of their strategy, I feel, tonight. Driving that lane, getting their big players in foul trouble, and right away, they get their center, Ella Keenan, in her first foul, first team foul, and Jordan McMahon, free throws, very critical with this strategy. That one goes off the rim. Our score is still 0. She'll get a second attempt. There you can see she's averaging 9.4 a game. She gets most of her points from down low. That one off the rim, backboard, and no go for McMahon on her first 2 free throws attempt. Now the Chaska Hawks into the front court. That is number 24, Aubrey Heyer, down low again to Keenan. Her blast off the rim and out of bounds. So 2 misfires for the Hawks on their first 2 offensive possessions, both times going down low to their bigs, Ella Keenan, and both times the Orioles come away. Now Evelyn Schmidt sees their leading scorer. She's going to need to pick up the slack with Harden out with the knee injury. Now to Spates on the left wing. She drives the lane, pulls up, baseline down to Alexander. Nice pass, but she's going to get the travel call and a turnover on the Orioles. 16:53 remaining. No score here early on. That's good if you're a Park fan. I don't think you want to get into a scoring war with these Hawks. They have tallied a lot of high points over this season. Now down low to number 24, Heyer. Back out on the wing. Good defense here by the Orioles. Behind the back dribble. Nice move there. That was number 2, Kennedy Sanders. She's their 21.9 scorer. And now driving from the left side was number 12 for the Hawks, Anna Lenzen, the senior, averaging 12.3 per game. Drives right in there, draws a little bit of contact, not a little bit. She was definitely hacked on her shooting arm, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. 16:28 remaining first half. And that shot, nothing but net. First point of the game goes to the Hawks. And that is Anna Lenzen for her second attempt. Again, she averages 12.3 per game, and she gets that one to go. Nice back rotation on that shot, and now the Hawks going to put the full court press to add more pressure on these Orioles. But nice job there by number 1, Ruby Macy, bringing the ball across the line. Now Spates drives the lane, goes up, puts up the layup off the board, and rebound goes off the Hawks. Possession will remain with the Orioles. 16-13 remaining. So a throw in underneath. Hawks up 2-0. That's Evelyn Schmitz, the junior point guard, averaging nearly 15 a game. Gets it into Spates at the top of the key. Now to Massey, number 1. She calls out the play. All right, waiting for them to get in position. Now Spates at the top of the key. They do the weave. Now Schmitz looking. Pulls up, takes the shot from three-point land, off the rim and the board. Rebound, Hawks. That's number 20 with it. Schulke. Now to the left side. It could have been a travel there. Now driving, their number 1 score off the back of the rim. Rebound into Schmidt's hand. She quickly looks up, almost loses it. Now she has it. That shot taken by Kennedy Sanders off the back of the rim. Now Schmitz drives the right side, and it's going to be stolen, and now almost stolen back out of bounds. Oh, and stepping on it was Macy Alexander. Stepping on it, I meaning the baseline as she tried to save it. You can see for yourself. Look at the hustle. Oh, yeah, it did appear her right foot was just on it. She did everything she could to keep it off. 3 officials here watching the action. Now Hawks underneath play, rotate the ball to Sanders. That shot off. She's 0 for 2. Rebound into Massey's hands. She takes it on the right side across the line. She had her heads up looking for a fast break. Hawks get back. Now Schmitz. As we approach the 15-minute mark, half number 1. Our score only 2-0. Park looking to get on the board. Jordan McMahon drives, tried to pass underneath, was tipped by the Hawks, out of bounds on the Hawks. And the Orioles will get a throw-in. Here's that replay. Jordan McMahon, and just tipping it there, number 20, Ashley Schulke. Interrupted that play. Now Schmitz underneath, getting close to the 5 seconds. She puts it in, didn't know what to do with it. A little weak on the pass, intercepted by number 24, Aubrey Heyer. And as she drives the lane, she draws the foul. It's gonna be on number 1, it appears, Massey. Here's that replay right here, trying to just, with the body there. No shot, so throwing underneath. 2 team fouls now on Park. That is Massey's first personal. Now quickly down underneath to Ella Keenan, and she misses her 3rd shot. So Park has the opportunity here with a pretty cold Hawks shooting team. Can Schmitz end the drought for Park? Rebound as the officials look at each other. It was a little in question who that went off of. And now, wait a minute, are they changing their call? It looked like, here it is. From our baseline camera, who touched it? Great camera angle. I think it went off a Hawk, and that's how they made that right. Great job by the officials, but they turn it right over into the hands of Schulke. She comes in, and her rebound's off. Rebound underneath to number 12, who worked very hard, Anna Lenzen. The senior gets the rebound, and the 3rd and 4th point for the Hawks, as we're now under 14 and a half minutes. Incredibly low-scoring game. Park needs to get on the board here, get some confidence rolling here in the half. Now in the game, number 33, Isabella Miller, and the shot from Schmitz. And she gets a 3, and the Park Orioles are within 1. They get them down the court, and that's where they got a little lax. They can't let that happen. Beautiful look by Kennedy Sanders all the way down to Lenzen. She gets a quick 2. Can't celebrate those shots. You've got to be quick on the way back. And here comes Sanders. Drives, step back jumper from mid-range, but underneath, Lenzen, her 3rd basket, I think, in a row. And they are dominating on the rebounds, and Lenzen especially is hurting the Orioles. And now another steal, this time by Kennedy Sanders, and then a foul on the Orioles. Here's Isabella Miller to Schmitz. Nice job by Schmitz eluding Kennedy to create some separation, and the shot. That was brilliant by number 30, Evelyn Schmitz, the junior, averaging nearly 15 a game. Okay, substitutions. Isabella Miller steps out now. Spates goes down. That leaves a wide open number 20, Ashley Schulke, and she makes her pay on that one and drills the 3, and now our score is 11-3. Park now into the front court. Schmitz into the substituting number 10, Lauren Poshlin, the senior, and Spates loses it to the Hawks. Quick pass down again, and this time Lenzen couldn't make it go. And now Schmitz quickly back the other way into the front court. Drives with the left, now comes back right around. Drives, forces up the layup, and that's off the rim. Into the hands and the fast break again ahead. Getting a little greedy, the Hawks maybe. But they are on the run, and look at that nice skyhook, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar style by checking in. That is number 15, Kylie Silas, the senior, 6'3". Nice looking shot. Kind of fun that did look like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook, and he just had his all-time total NBA scoring record eclipsed this week by LeBron James, but that was a great skyhook. That's a tough shot. All right, now back the other end, the rebound and in for the Hawks again, this time by number 15, Kylie Silas. So she is making her presence felt off the bench. This is a strong Chaska Hawks team. They're number 1 in 4A. Now Spades from outside, and it looked like it got partially blocked by Ella Keenan. Or no, by Ashley Schilke, and Spades then commits the foul, and I think that'll be the 5th on the Orioles. Our score 15-3, time remaining 12:01. Substitutions. McMahon will have a seat. Poshland will have a seat. Back in, Macy. Also in the game, number 11, Ellie Frank, just a 7th grader. She's impressed. I've done a game or two here, and keep an eye on her. There's a reason why she's playing as a 7th grader. They see great potential in her. Meanwhile, Hawks make that 3. It's 18-3. And it's a tough start here for the Orioles as we see that made by number 1. That was Josie Lakoski, the senior, off the bench. And we have a 1-minute timeout by the Orioles, and that'll give us a chance to talk a little bit about the Orioles season. I made a few notes. They've been on a rough streak here the last 10 games, 2-8. They played Chaska earlier this year, and it didn't go well at Chaska as they lost 77-42. That was back on January 17th. So that's the work they have cut out, and they didn't have their leading scorer, Chantel Hardin, and she really is a big loss for this team. I remember being here when she went down, and it looked incredibly painful. I haven't heard what the actual diagnosis is, but she's in a knee brace on the sideline. You can see her sitting on the end of the bench with the gray and the right knee brace. She looks like she's getting along well, but as I look her get up, she's still injured. So we hope that she gets a recovery before maybe the sections. There's still 6 games, I believe, left in the regular season, so I don't know exactly if she's expected back before the end. Hopefully for her as a senior, she'd like to get some more varsity action before her career is over, I'm sure. Okay, now following the timeout, again, the clock says 11:46. Schmitz with the ball in the backcourt. No full court pressure this time, but they do meet them at half court. So now, there's that 7th grader. Look at that dribbling skills. And there you're starting to see a glimpse of what her potential is. That was number 11, Ellie Frank. And now a shot made by Spates. So a good timeout taken by St. Louis Park results in 2 points. It's all about getting just a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum, playing within themselves. Now Sanders comes in, scoops it up, and that's going to be a foul on number 15, the push. Kylie Silas, the senior, her first personal second team. St. Louis Park has 4 team fouls. Kennedy Sanders is going to be all over Schmitz here. She meets her in the backcourt. They try to team her, and they do, and the nice double team trap works to perfection. Ashley Schilke came up to surprise her, and Schmitz wasn't quite ready. She's got to get ready to be ready for that. They almost did it again. This time she wised up. Now she gets out, kicks it out to Ellie Frank. Frank drives in, the nice pass into Macy Alexander. Couldn't quite handle it. Down low, jump ball, possession arrow. Favors the Hawks, so a turnover on Park. And now substituting back in, Isabella Miller and Jordan McMahon having a seat. Macy Alexander and Ellie Frank. That Ellie Frank can really dribble, folks. That is the point guard of the future. If not now, after, well, Evelyn Schmitz is a junior. Those two I could see starting in tandem next year. Okay, now the Hawks back on offense with a 15-point lead and another 3-second violation. So these officials are going to be tight on the Hawks, as they should. You got to call the rules. Turnover against them. And now Evelyn Schmitz. There's Sanders and number 20, Ashley Schulke, meeting him at half court. That is intimidating. All right, now nice job. Massey from outside, can't get it to go. Off the rebound to Miller. Now Massey again, rotates it to Schmitz, and what a timeout. What's going on? The referee blew the whistle. I don't have any clue, because you can't call timeout unless your team has possession. Don't know what that was about. Inbounds pass gets through to Jordan McMahon, and she gets it to go and one. What a good pass that was. No, not better, not a good pass, brilliant pass. Isabella Miller, look at the vision of her to just drop it in there like Kirk Cousins to a Justin Jefferson. She just threaded the needle, and Jordan handled it with a player right in her face. Put it up, withstood the foul, and she'll get an and one. 10:03 remaining. First half, that shot just short. 20-7, 10 minutes exactly remaining, half number one. Now into the front court, Kennedy Sanders to Schulke to the right wing. That is number 10. Alexis Schaefer, senior, now at the top of the key. Kennedy, Sanders, outside to the corner, the shot by number 1, Josie Lakoski, the senior. That's her second three of the evening. And what a nice looking shot she has for the senior. Wide open in the corner. Now Ellie Frank back in the game. She wasn't out long, was she, folks? Look at her dribble. And she draws the foul, and that's what she can do with those skills on Kennedy Sanders, number 2. That'll be her first personal as she discusses it right here. Watch her go, folks. Yep, she got the, yeah, they're calling it tight. This is a well-officiated game, really well. All right, Isabella Miller underneath, gets it on top to Ellie Frank. Ellie drives, draws contact, dishes it to Spates. She'll drive now, get it out to the side. Miller to the top of the key, Massey. They set it up. No shot clock in girls high school basketball, at least not yet. I heard it may be coming for boys. Now Massey drives and can't quite get it high off the backboard enough. Almost stealing it back with Miller. And now the Hawks into the front court as they work quickly. Now driving, that's 24, Aubrey Heyer, the junior. And she gets bumped and gets the foul. Clock stopped now with 9:01 remaining. Throwing underneath. Down low, good job on defense by McMahon, and shooting across. Spates able to prevent that shot from going in. Nice team defense by the Orioles. And there'll be another out-of-bounds play coming up for the Hawks with 8:56 remaining. First half down low, underneath, and Miller comes in and draws the foul. Not a bad foul. She wasn't going to let her get it. I like the attitude. Right there. No, sir. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to earn it at the free throw line. I get it. All right. 8:54 remaining, and at the line, number 10. Alexis Schaefer, just a sophomore, 6 foot. And that free throw is short, so that foul even more valuable, as it would have been a certain 2-point lay-in had Miller not committed that foul. So good foul by Miller as she'll take a seat. Second free throw attempt does rattle in. Score 24-7, under 9 to go. Evelyn Schmitz with Ellie Frank. On the court, Spates, McMahon, and Macy Alexander for the Orioles. Looking for their next basket here. Top of the key, Spates. The weave, and Sanders was anticipating it. She's got a breakaway layup all the way on the left hand and off the board, the rim, and in. 26-7 our score, 8:29 remaining. Schmitz into the front court. Macy Alexander Down low to Frank. She threaded the needle. Frank goes up. No foul on the call. It went hard off underneath the backboard. Nice looking play almost there, I felt. Now Sanders comes in. Her shot off the board. Rebound from the near side by number 12, Anna Lenzen. And Lenzen has been cleaning up on the boards and underneath tonight. She might have about 10. I don't keep accurate stats, but if memory serves, it's around there. Now Frank drives. Good defense by Lenzen, but she pushes it anyway and off the board and in. And Ellie Frank, I say keep playing her. 28-9. Just a 7th grader out there showing no fear. Driving the baseline, Sanders. She drew some contact, no whistle, out of bounds, off the Hawks. Or what? Looks like it. I thought that might have gone off Macy Alexander, but it looks like the Orioles are going to get the call. And no protests, so we're underway again. 7:36 to go, first half. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. Glad you're with us as we're streaming live on YouTube. Schmitz now at the top of the key. Alexander, they play catch. Now Schmitz from outside, just misses. Off the front of the rim, board and off. And now the Hawks into the front court. That is 20 again. Schulke, she comes all in underneath by herself and lays it in off the front of the rim. And now it's 30-9, 7:12 remaining. Schmitz back into the front court. Macy Alexander, they run their man-to-man offense. McMahon looks to find some room. And a double dribble is going to be the call. It was momentarily intercepted by Lenzen right as we watch McMahon right there. And there's the double dribble, just the tail end of it. Now Hawks back on offense, under 7 to go, first half. Top of the key, Ellie Frank playing good defense there as well. Now from outside, in and out. Good looking shot by Ashley Schulke. Rebound into the Orioles' hands, and that is Evelyn Schmitz. She's their leader right now with the left hand. Now Ellie Frank. Frank now will try the side, come in, sneaks in, couldn't quite get it to go. She'll learn to finish those, but she was there. Good drive by Ellie Frank. Now into the corner. Lenson. Nice defense by Schmitz. Didn't give up that baseline. So critical on defense. Well done. Now in the far corner, wide open shot as Spates close the gap off the rim and in. Rebound again, Hawks, and this time they get it to go. And that is where it hurts. Those offensive rebounds, that was Ella Keenan, the 6'1 sophomore, getting the rebound up and in. 32-9 our score. Schmitz into the front court. She'll drive the right side. Spates steps out, puts up the shot off the front of the rim. Rebound to the near side, picked up by number 20 again, Ashley Schulke, the senior. Now to the front court. Schulke drives, pulls up. Quick ball rotation, and the give and go. They can't get it to go, but what a slick looking play by the Hawks there. You can see why they're number 1 in 4A. Is that the top class? Is there 5A? I can't remember. Maybe there is. All right, now Schmitz. Drives, draws contact, and the travel. I thought they were going to call a body foul there. I would have. Let's see, judge for yourself. She comes in. Yeah, maybe. Could have gone either way. All right, now Chaska will throw it in. 5:14 remaining first half. 32-9 our score. Chaska comes in 20-1. Leading the Metro West Conference. Shot taken from outside by Lukovsky, and the rebound underneath by Addie Scheider into the game. Gets those points for the Hawks. 34-9. 4:45 remaining first half. Now at the top of the key, Isabella Miller. 33. She'll try to drive, and Sanders with another steal, and she gets space. She'll come in for an easy right-handed layup. 38-9 our score. 4:28 and counting first half. It'll be important here for the Orioles to keep their dauber up. Not easy. But one of the good, although painful, lessons of Sports, and now McMahon is going to get called. There might have been some pushing for some position, and the referee on the far sideline saw it as we look at the fans here at St. Louis Park. Loyalty to their team on a Friday night. Down low, the give and go, work to perfection. Sanders down low to Schulke. And you can tell those two have a chemistry in the backcourt and on both the defensive and offensive end. And Isabella Miller throwing it up, draws the foul. Good for her to go to the line. No better way to stop the momentum of the other team than to draw a foul and go to the line. And it's interesting, you can see St. Louis Park does not put players down on the rebound block. That's what they were doing the games we did earlier in December and maybe January as we look at that great camera view. But you can see the team is out there and they're not interested in trying to get offensive rebounds. I remember asking an assistant coach about that, and he said that is part of the strategy. I guess not to get unnecessary fouls is the only thing I can think of. But rebounds are an important part of a basketball game. Oftentimes they decide the winner. All right, that shot by Miller goes in. So 38-10 our score. 30-point, almost 30-point differential. Okay, now Hawks in the front court. 3:41 remaining. Sanders, that could have been a travel call, I felt. Her shot rims in and out. McMahon with the rebound. Nice job by her. She almost lost it there on a turnover. Now Ellie Frank. Let's see her go to work. She goes to the left side, gives it up to Spates, 24. Now Miller, they do that weave. She'll drive again, puts it up and in. Nice athletic move by Isabella Miller. She keeps doing that because she does have that knack, and that now she's starting to find her range. They might want to go to her again. She has a nice knack with that, but look at that turnaround. Very efficient shot by Kylie Silas, the senior. 40-12 now. Miller, McMahon drives baseline, finds some room in the reverse layup, and what a nifty shot. That one is suitable for framing. Beautiful play by McMahon. That's one she's going to want to see again. Okay, now underneath and drawing the foul is number 13, or is that, who is that? Is that Silas again? Number 15. Yes, it is. Kylie Silas down low. Here's that play. Look at her use her arm to get around, I guess. Beautiful play, and that reverse layup. She's practiced that. Well done. Great shot there by Robert underneath. Our camera operator now, number 15, Silas at the line, converts the first of two. Substitution. Schulke will have a seat for the Hawks. In for the Orioles, we got Miller, Alexander, McMahon, and Macy Alexander gets that rebound. Ellie Frank now into the front court. Watch her dribble here. She's looking for some space, comes in with the left hand and gets it to go. It's time to set her free, I think. There's more of that coming in the next, 5 years? What's my math when you're a 7th grader? You got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 more years of Ellie Frank. That's going to be fun. Okay, now Spates underneath. Can't get it to go, and they're going to call the foul. I thought she might have gotten enough ball to force the tie-up, but not quite. McMahon came right into Spates here. She did the power dribble, went right up there. You know, there could have been a foul call on the Hawks, but no, not to be. She had enough of the ball, but not quite enough. So that is a bonus because they are in the 1-1. So this will be a 1-1 for number 15, Kylie Silas, the senior. 2 minutes exactly remaining. And that's off the mark. Alexander stepped on the baseline. Turnover back to the Hawks. And now the Hawks substitutions. 3 coming in now. Let's see if I can get them. Number 14, Amelia Hartford. I think number 10 just checked in, Alexis Schaefer. And the third I didn't quite catch. Underneath for the Hawks. Quick shot goes down hard off McMahon, no call. Shot taken by Anna Lenzen. She's a tough player, and there's Isabella Miller. That's her shot. I knew it. I could feel it. She's got that down. She's going to keep going to it until they can stop it. But she's got nice touch, and somehow, you know, you have a knack. You played basketball at all. Sometimes you just have a shot you know you can hit, and that's it for her. And she's going to keep going to it until they stop it. Rebound in McMahon's hand. Okay, now the Orioles chance to get some momentum before they go into halftime. You got to look for those little victories when you're down to such a good team here. Macy Alexander in the front court. You just want to keep improving, and now off the Hawks. Possession will stay with St. Louis Park. 1:13 remaining. Schmitz will check back in. Spates will take a rest. And a throw in for the Orioles will be Isabella Miller. Down low to McMahon, who found herself free, puts it up and in. She delivers. That's 2 in a row underneath, and that's where she gets her. That's how she makes her money, as they say, euphemistically. Down low, driving, nicely done. Look at the athleticism of these Hawks. Number 10, Alexis Schaefer winding in there. Very athletic move there. Now, under a minute, 45 seconds remaining. 23-point lead. McMahon comes in, gets it to go. Her third layup in a row, and now she'll go to the line, and she is starting to take some control here. You can see the confidence in her body language. Watch that crossover dribble. Comes right in, draws the contact, puts it up and in, and she'll go to the line. Big time play there by number 4, Jordan McMahon, at the line with 39 seconds. Gets that to go. She is in the zone, folks. You can feel it, and you can see it. Okay, now 35 seconds to go. Hawks drives, gets by Miller. Short jumping from the runner. Those are tough to make. McMahon with another consecutive rebound. She's really starting to blossom here late in the first half. Now out of bounds. Clock stopped with 23.3 remaining. First half. Schmitz right there in your living room or in your phone or wherever you are. Glad you're with us on ParkTV 16 Sports. Bringing you all this live action on YouTube. Now Miller, 19 seconds remaining, down to McMahon, and why not? She's hot with the scoop and in, and she is hot. 4 in a row for McMahon. She's having a great late first half. Now 6 seconds remaining. Hawks rotates it to Kennedy. Down low, beats Alexander, and McMahon comes over and goes down hard. Drama here, and did they call the foul? They did, and there's going to be free throws, and McMahon is still on the floor. Watch that swat. Down they both go. And let's not have another knee injury or an ankle she's holding. Let's see that replay. She may have come down awkwardly. Watch out now for the squeamish. You never know what you're going to see here. Right ankle right there. Yep, there it is. Yep, she landed on her foot. And then, you know, I've had that happen. I've played enough basketball back in the day. Those sometimes aren't as bad. You just kind of, it can be scary at first if you've ever experienced that. But, you know, it all depends. Sometimes it'll be okay. But sometimes it can be broken too. And that looks painful. Ouch. So that is another big loss. Jordan McMahon, 9.4 per game. She already had that in the first half. And she was really playing what I felt was her best basketball I've ever seen in these last several minutes. So it's really a shame to see her go down. And to add insult to injury, now the Hawks are at the line with 0.2 seconds as Jordan McMahon goes off in the far corner. You can see in your camera, it's a sad sight. And at the line, number 14, Amelia Hartford, the senior. Makes a high looping one, 44-25. She'll try to make it an even 20-point lead, and off the rim. That's the buzzer, and that's the end of half number 1. So from St. Louis Park Gymnasium, you're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. That's our halftime score. Come on back for the second half.
What if being in recovery from a mental or substance use disorder was something we proudly showed the world? You might be surprised. Millions of people are in recovery, sharing hope, help, and support with family, friends, and community. Join the Voices for Recovery. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are at the St. Louis Park Gymnasium in, of course, St. Louis Park, Minnesota, bringing you girls Metro West varsity basketball. I think once we get a picture there, I'm not seeing mine there, Paul, but we're underway, and I'll bring you the radio broadcast style, although that's kind of how I do it. And that was Kennedy Sanders with opening tip lay-in. And Chaska picks up the steam. And if you just joined us here, there was another horrible injury right at the, literally at the last half second of the first half. Jordan McMahon was really excelling late in the first half. She'd rallied for 4 consecutive shots and then went up for a rebound on the defensive end and came down on the foot of the Chaska Hawk, and it really took a weird angle as we have a whistle and a foul. So, and just, Paul, is everyone having these difficulties, or is it just my monitor here? Just me? Okay. So apparently the home audience, or wherever you are watching, joining us, I don't have my normal screen for replays to discuss, but I can describe the action all the same. And underneath is number 12, Anna Lenzen, and she gets that to go. So our score, 48-26, number 1 rated Chaska Hawks. 17 minutes remaining in the second half. And that is Evelyn Schmitz at the top of the key. Orioles going left to right. There's Ellie Frank, the 7th grader, with those great dribbling skills. Tried to find some room there, but ran into a double team and turns it over. Now Kennedy Sanders into the front court, their leading scorer. Dishes it to Schulke. Her mid-range jump shot from the side misses everything, and Spates with the rebound. Now Schmitz into the front court, down underneath the Maisie Alexander. Nice pass, gets stuffed by number 24. Aubrey Heyer, the junior, 5'11", gets the block now quickly on the other end. Heyer converts. So she gets the block on the defensive end and then converts, running the length of the court. And that is how good this Hawks team is. Now Schmitz, Kennedy Sanders. They've held Kennedy Sanders at bay on the scoring column. She averages 21.9 a game, but she's well below that, at least based on my calculations, as she comes in and tries that underneath scoop shot, misses, rebound underneath, and Alexander gets it quickly out to Schmitz. Now Schmitz into the front court on the right side. She comes in and gets blocked again by Heyer. 2 blocks by Heyer. Now she has the ball again into the front court. On the left side, crossover dribble. Great defense by Massey for the Orioles. Now on the far side, that's Lenzen, drives the right side, short off the rim, and oh, Frank just couldn't quite hold on to it. Frustrating there for the Orioles. And now there is a timeout on the court. Time is called with 15:33 to go. Looking on the sideline to see if there's any sign of Jordan McMahon, but we don't see her. But timeout on the court. Again, our score 50-26. It's a half-minute timeout, so a short one. And that will give me a chance to talk about the upcoming schedule here for the Orioles as we are well into the season. They came in 7-12, so they've played 19. And after tonight, they've got, according to my records, 5 games remaining. 3 home here, so come on down and support them. They're going to need it. They've got Benilde, New Prague, and Hopkins at home through February 18th next week. And then at Chanhassen, they finish the season on February 24th at home against Bloomington Jefferson before the sections. Okay, we're back underway. 15:33, and then underneath pass is good to Schulke. She's having a great night. Our score 52-26, 15:22 to go. Second half, and I have my monitor back. So hopefully things will go a little more smoothly. I think they will. Now Kennedy Sanders quickly into the front court on the fast break underneath the lens, and she gets it to go over Isabella Miller. Off to the races, and we're nearing a 30-point lead. I don't know if we have running time. There's our baseline camera. Love that angle. Okay, so we're not quite there yet. Unless my math is off, 20, 36, 46, 56. So there is a running time rule at 35 differential, but we're still a little short of that. So the clock is stopped at 14:51, but really unfortunate for Jordan McMahon to go down right at the tail end of the second half. All you can say is bad luck. Schmitz from outside. That's not bad luck or good luck. That is skill. Evelyn Schmitz from outside delivers that, but quickly on the other end. And that's when you make a shot. You can't, and I'm not saying they were admiring it, don't get me wrong, but you need to really get back against a team that's such an opportunist. They don't wait around. Once that shot is made, they've got it off the baseline and down the court immediately. Can't take any time to admire your work when you're on the offensive end against this Chaska Hawk team. They are ready to fly. And here is that right down here, and the foul on Schmitz will send Kennedy Sanders, number 2. They've really done a nice job keeping her under wraps. She comes in with 22 a game nearly. And she's going to end up with her points, but it's not nearly as prolific as that average tonight, at least so far, as she is at the line. You can see why she scores. That's a nice-looking shot there by number 2. She's a senior, 5'8" guard. Number 1 in the state right there. Chaska Hawks. She gets that to go. So you got to think they've got state championship or bust on their minds this year. It'll be fun to see how they do, especially after you get a chance to see them play live or on our broadcast. And that's Ellie Frank, the 7th grader, driving, getting blocked. As I was mentioning in the first half, she is clearly the future of this and likely the identity. She's got some game, as they say, especially as a 7th grader, to be out there, not be intimidated. Incredible stuff. Okay, now here they come down. That was Lenson. Tried to get it to the near side to number 22, Keenan, and couldn't quite connect. So a turnover against the Hawks with 14 minutes to go, just underneath. And that's Evelyn Schmitz from our baseline camera. Kennedy Sanders playing aggressive defense, meeting her at the half court or earlier throughout much or all of this game. Now Schmitz at the top of the key looking for some room, picks up her dribble, looking for some help, gets it out to Massey. 13:40 remaining. Massey calling out signals, showing some leadership out there. And now we've got a foul on the far side or a timeout taken maybe. Some timeout by the Orioles. So coach didn't quite see something that he liked. He had the ball and he is talking about it. And there is Chaska's upcoming schedule. As you can see tonight, that's February 10th, 2023. We're streaming live on YouTube. Again, glad you're with us. So after tonight, Chaska will go to another Carver County town, Chanhassen. That won't be too much of a commute. Just up, what's that highway? 101, I think, will take you from Chaska maybe to Chanhassen. Then they host Bloomington Jefferson, New Prague, which is way to the southwest in Scott County. Then another Carver County town in the far western reaches of Carver County, Waconia, growing beautiful little area out there as well. And now we're back, St. Louis Park with the timeout. 13:35 on the board. Park with the throw in. Evelyn Schmitz now with 13 and a half minutes to go, second half. Over to the left side, Schmitz pulls back, launches the three off the far rim, and no rebound available for the Orioles as it quickly jettisons out of bounds. So that'll be possession to the Hawks. Clock stop with 13:22 to go. 29-point lead for the Hawks. Kennedy Sanders into the front court, being guarded by Ellie Frank, the 7th grader. Now at the free throw line, the give and go, and that could have been a travel, but she let the ball go, probably why it wasn't called. Now Schmitz, crossover dribble, comes in, drives, and draws the foul. And the push is gonna come against Ella Keenan, number 22, right there on your screen. Will get the foul. And here, Evelyn Schmitz, watch her move there, come right in, draw the contact. And she got her with the body, the referee right there with a great call. These are some of the best referees I've seen in basketball in a while. I think they've called a really good game. Just their demeanor, very professional, well done. All right, now Schmitz, 13:02, clock stop. She gets both of them to go, 58-31 our score. St. Louis Park hanging in there. They had a hard time getting points in the early part of the first half, but they've really loosened up here and gotten some scoring, despite their best two scorers out. Now underneath to Keenan, the delivery from Kennedy Sanders on the bounce pass, and 22, Ella Keenan does a nice job of handling that pass and laying it up effortlessly. Now Schmitz drives, loses her balance, and goes down on her own and turns it over. And we'll have a substitution as number 24 checks in, Stacy Spates, the senior. Having a seat will be number 33, Isabella Miller, just a sophomore. Now to the front court, number 10 with it. Alexis Schaefer down low to Ella Keenan. Her shot off the mark, rebound into Lakoski. Her shot goes off and rebound into Spates' hands, and she'll bring it up quickly. Across the line, into the front court. Pulls up on the right wing, gives it up to Schmitz. She'll take the quick shot from outside and gets it to go. You know, when you don't think about the shot and you just let your athleticism go, that's what can happen. She makes that three, but now quickly, boy, the Hawks have done that all night long on the Orioles. On a made shot, they have converted a shot on the way back almost every time. Something to work on for the Orioles there. The Hawks, they don't waste any time sulking about giving up a basket. They are right down the court. They've got that down to a science. But here's Schmitz. Watch this. Just let it fly, baby. There you go. Nice shot. What a great camera angle there from their baseline. And then quickly down the court. But Evelyn Schmitz starting to light it up here in the second half. Putting on a show, actually. And now, that was a time violation, turnover against the Orioles. Comes with 11:50 remaining in the second half. Kennedy Sanders now will bring it up slowly. 62-34 our score. Driving the right side, Sanders lays it in off the glass. Nice smooth shot there. Now Ella Frank into the front court. Frank to Massey. And that is number 13, Josie Heckman now, the sophomore, as she loses it underneath. Hawks have it. 11:20 remaining. Lead pass to Kennedy Sanders, and the one hop and left-handed layup and in for number 2, Kennedy Sanders, their leading scorer, and she's now starting to get her stats. Ellie Frank comes in, dishes to Spates, drives the left side. Gets turned around on defense by Josie Lakoski for the Hawks, but she still finds her way in the baseline. What great perseverance by Stacy Spates. Unfortunately, couldn't finish, but what a great effort to spin back around and create that baseline drive for her. And now Kennedy Sanders, this time with the right hand from the left side, with a little bit of English on that spin, gets that one to go down. And now we're at 10:40 remaining second half. Massey now works from the right side, comes in, lays it off the glass hard. Rebound to the Hawks. Lead pass ahead to Lakoski to Kennedy Sanders. And that is how you run a fast break, folks. Big time there. They are a well-oiled machine. There's a reason why they're 20-1, and they're seeing it right there. Now Frank comes in with the left hand. Underneath, Macy Alexander fights for that rebound and goes up and draws the foul. She'll go to the line and shoot two. But here's that break, folks, right down underneath. The quick hop, the layup, and in. The little pirouette at the end by Kennedy Sanders. And there's Macy Alexander. She's averaging, what do I have for her? 5.8 a game. That's what's on the board there. Looks right. And she gets that to go. Nice free throw form there by Macy Alexander. Now checking in for the Orioles will be Isabella Miller and Evelyn Schmitz. Sitting down for the Hawks is Kennedy Sanders along with number 24, Aubrey Heyer, and Macy Alexander for her second. She gets it when the rattle in. So nice job by her. Our score is 70-36 as we approach 10 minutes remaining, second half. Now rotating around. That's to number 1, Josie Lukoski. Schulke, now Lenson drives, draws the foul. It's going to go against Alexander. It's going to be the team's third. As we watch from the baseline camera, Lenson gets that first step advantage, and then the contact drawn by Macy Alexander right there. Great camera work underneath. And there is number 12, Anna Lenson, senior, 5'9" guard. She's in double digits scoring. I don't keep exact stats, but she is off to a great start. She averages 12.3, and she's probably right around there at this point. Second throw. Gets that to go as well. 36-72. 9:50 to go. Evelyn Schmitz into the front court. Stops, pops, and off the front of the rim. Rebound. Schulke to the right side to number 10, Schaefer. Quickly rotated, now underneath to number 15, Silas. Look at the ball rotation by these Hawks. Back and forth. Good defense, though, by the Orioles. Really good defense as they are keeping them at bay here. Now Schulke. They'll reset it. Lukoski. Underneath, Silas with the sky hook and gets it to go. Boy, those are tough shots from that distance. What's that, 6-8 feet? Ugh. Really good shot there by Silas. Now the Orioles, Ellie Frank, she drew some contact. I don't know why that's not a foul, but they're gonna call the turnover on Frank. I thought that was unjust. But watch the sky hook, Silas. It's kind of Kareem Abdul-like, folks. Especially the first one we saw in the first half from a different angle. All right, now into the front court, Hawks. 8:35 remaining. Working on that ball rotation. Boy, they don't hold it for more than a couple seconds. Now there is Lenson. Dribble to the top, Lukoski. Schulke, Lukoski, now Lenson. Silas. Wide open outside shot off the far rim, and Spates catches up with it for the rebound. Now Schmitz into the front court. Crossover dribble, she'll drive, draws contact, no foul. They're letting him play, aren't they? And out of bounds. And possession to the Hawks. And the clock is running. I do think we're in running time now. In fact, I know we are because it was running. So running time now because of the point differential. Now the Hawks at the top of the key. Schulke to Lenson. Ball rotation here. And this is good. A little bit of mercy here, I think. They're not pushing the points. Doing now underneath, looking on that play. The back door gets by Isabella Miller, but she catches up with it. She gets the last laugh. Now she has the ball in the front court. Down underneath to Alexander. She looks right, throws it up short off the rim. Rebound into Silas's hand for the Hawks. And now Schulke with it. Brings it across the timeline to the right side to Lukoski. Now Lenson. Schulke. Look at the ball rotation. I know these girls' names already. Unbelievable. Lukoski. No, that was Silas. Schaefer. Schulke. And they are being very deliberate here. Underneath, Silas draws the foul. It's going to be on Isabella Miller. It'll be the team's fourth. And the clock continues to run. So we are in running time. And that's because it's at least a 35-point differential, so we're exceeding that. So that's Kylie Silas, the senior. And free throw off the mark. Now substitutions coming in. Kennedy Sanders checks back in, number 2, along with number 13 for the Hawks. That's Addie Schneider, a 9th grader. And in for the Hawks, Ellie Frank. Massey, and now Frank with the ball in the front court. Watch her go, comes in, tries to sneak it in. She'll learn to finish those, but she does put herself in a position to score, and she'll start making those as her experience grows. Now Lenson drives, comes in, draws contact, and gets it to go, and the and one for number 12, Anna Lenson, and she does make a lot of her points the hard way. She's been down there getting rebounds, putting them back up, drawing contact, and they're now checking in. Will be number 15 for St. Louis Park. That's Marla Johnson. Marla Johnson, a 7th grader, will be getting some varsity experience. Always good to see that in a game like this. Why not? Because it is a different level of intensity. They say that every time you go up, but I remember playing my first varsity games. It's different than JV. It's different than B squad 10th grade, no question. There's Ellie Frank went down, and Massey makes a nice looking shot from 3-point land. Nice job by her. Now back into the front court of the Hawks. Top of the key. Schaefer, Sanders, Lenson. Back to 10. That was Schaefer. Quick rotation here, and this is a good thing for the Hawks to work on this, because they will surely face tougher competition. And the shot by Silas, rebound underneath by Kennedy. No box out there, and now Ellie Frank with the ball, 4:15 remaining. Alexander takes the feed from Frank, can't get it to convert, but nice little nifty pass by Ellie Frank. Now on the fast break, Sanders to Schaefer, try to get it down to Munnins, and now rare turnover by the Hawks. And now mass substitutions by either team here as the clock continues to wind down under 4 minutes, and that is a signal or a cue for the visiting crowd, and there's quite a number of visiting Hawk fans. This game is more than secure for a victory, so the Hawks are going to go to 21-1. They are undefeated in the conference. They haven't lost a game since December 16th against St. Michael Albertville, and that was a 17-point loss. Not sure where St. Michael Albertville is. They might be a 5A team if there is that. I think there is 5A now. Okay, now into the front court. That is number 15, Marla Johnson. Nice pass by her to Isabella Miller. Now the shot taken by number 13. That was Josie Heckman, the sophomore, and that just fell short of the rim. And it goes out of bounds. And now the Hawks bring it up. That's number 40 now has checked in. That's Macy Anderson, a sophomore 5'3" guard with the ball, running the show now off the bench, getting some varsity experience. Nice dribbling technique there. Dishes it to the near side to number 11 who's checked in. That's Bella Javier Medina, a senior 5'6". Now with the ball, number 32, that's Sydney Hoffman, a junior 5'5" for the Hawks. Shot put up and rebound by number 14, Amelia Hartford. The senior gets that to go for the Hawks. 2:20 remaining. Isabella Miller will now bring the ball up as the point. Drives the right side. I thought she might do her patented drive and shot there. Gives it up to number 15, Marla Johnson. Her shot off the mark. Rebound into the hands of the Hawks, and they bring it in quickly to the front court. That was number 32 with the behind-the-back dribble. 32 is Sydney Hoffman. And the shot off the mark, rebound. And Sydney Hoffman shot short, and now the rebound underneath by number 33, Hannah Thull, the sophomore 5'9", off the bench, gets her first points of the night. As we watch that shot go off the mark, and there she was, great position, no box out there by the Orioles, and she makes them pay for that. So that is number 33, sophomore, 5'9" forward, Hannah Thull for the and one. Clock continues to run. Goes off the rim and out of bounds. And what are we talking about here? Clock still running, 1:14 to go. Hawks will go to 21-1 on the year. Next up, and that is going to be a game here. Oh no, that's St. Louis Park. They get Benilde. That's the number 2 ranked team in 4A. So what a tough stretch here for the Orioles. As checking out now and getting a round of applause by the visiting audience is Amelia Hartford. 46 seconds remaining. Okay, top of the key. That's number 21. Now in the game, that's Gabby Fadden, the sophomore 5'7" guard, feeds underneath to Heckman. And underneath, there's a whistle and a foul called on Chaska. They are not in the bonus. It's number 13. Addie Schneider gets the foul. Now throwing it in underneath. And the shot by Heckman, she gets it to go. Well done, number 13. Josie Heckman, the sophomore. Nice looking shot by her. Clock winding down, 2 seconds remaining. Last shot by the Hawks goes off the rim, taken by number 13, Addie Scheider. But that is our game-ending buzzer and our final score, 82-41. Tough night for the Hawks as they lose Jordan McMahon to what looked like a pretty serious injury. Hopefully she'll be better, but our final score, 82-41. So for Paul Broden, our producer, Cameron, Kurt, Maddie, and Robert on cameras and in the box, my name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Have a great night.